Breaking news. As the United States calls for a ceasefire, Israeli troops move into Gaza City. For a second day, a small number of people, including some Americans, have crossed into Egypt from Gaza. Israeli officials have said their troops on the ground have surrounded Gaza City and are engaging in face-to-face battles with Hamas. More and more people are criticizing Israel as the death toll from airstrikes rises. More U.S. citizens leave Gaza through Rafah on the second day of exits. Witnesses discuss the medical crisis caused by Israeli airstrikes on Gaza. A Hamas official has threatened more attacks like the ones that took place on October 7. A family fled war in Sudan, only to end up in another in Gaza. The families of the hostages are understandably terrified by Israel's invasion. The Israeli military announced Thursday night that its troops had surrounded Gaza City and were engaged in what they called close-quarters combat with Hamas as part of an invasion they expect to be long and bloody. Armor forces and infantry, backed by many aircraft, are attacking outposts, command centers, launching positions, and additional terrorist infrastructure used by Hamas, said Rear Admiral Daniel Hagari, the Israeli military spokesman. Further, he said, the soldiers are eliminating terrorists in face-to-face battles. The Biden administration has been pushing for a humanitarian pause in the fighting since Thursday, when Israeli forces surrounded and entered Gaza City and extended their devastating bombing campaign in the Gaza Strip. Jabalia, a densely populated area just north of Gaza City, saw continued rescue efforts on Thursday despite Israeli airstrikes that leveled entire blocks and fierce urban combat between ground forces of Israel and Hamas, the group that controls Gaza. On Thursday, the second day of carefully negotiated border crossings to free foreign nationals and wounded Palestinians, many American citizens who had been trapped in Gaza for nearly a month were allowed to leave the enclave. A spokesman for the Rafah crossing in Gaza named Hisham Adwan said that on Tuesday, 340 foreign nationals and 21 injured Palestinians and 21 others who were accompanying them crossed into Egypt. Also, 45 aid trucks entered the besieged enclave to deliver much-needed supplies. The Jabalia neighborhood north of Gaza City was pummeled with Israeli airstrikes for a third consecutive day on Thursday, while doctors treating the victims described nightmarish scenes of operating without basic supplies or anesthesia. The majority of the victims brought in from the Jabalia attacks were children, according to Dr. Hussam Abu Safia, director of the pediatric ward at Kamal Adwan Hospital. Numerous people had lost limbs or were badly burned. While Israeli warplanes bombed Gaza last week in preparation for a major ground invasion, Ghazi Hamid, a member of Hamas political bureau, defended the terror attack Hamas launched from Gaza on October 7 without shame. And he threatened even more attacks in the future to wipe Israel off the map. The surprise attack on October 7 was just the first time, and there will be a second, third, fourth, he told a Lebanese television channel in an interview that aired on October 24 and was later posted online by a media watchdog group.